So the third talk is Towards Agile Design of Neural Processing Units with Chisel. It is by Infineon and Technische University in Dresden.
Hello everyone, today I will present our work entitled Towards Agile Design of Neural Processing Units with Chisel. Nowadays, there are a lot of dedicated neural processing units for deep learning application, and during the development, we need to consider various application scenario mapping strategy, rapid involved deep learning algorithm, as well as the chip dimensions, for example, the area size. So it's a pure hardware software designed co-designed project, and it's really proposed a challenge to both hardware and software development, so that we in our project we leverage advanced software design methodology and tooling to enable the agile hardware development. Our main contribution is to develop the Chisel backend, which is a one-click solution. It extracts the information from the photo, which is the intermediate representation of the Chisel, and then we create a C++ and a Python wrapper. And on the left side, we use the compiler of Chisel and the validator, and to generate the C++ code of our design, which then we finally combined them together to obtain an accurate functional simulator with exposed of the C++ and the Python API. And in addition to this simulator, we also include an area simulator, which is in working right now. And with the simulator, we can do functional verification with a standard library, for example, TensorFlow and PyTorch. We can also develop the mapping strategy and modeling the system performance, so that with this backend we can do hardware and software in parallel and provide feedback between them in time. And so that we would say that in the early stage hardware development, we can use a software approach to accomplish them without touching a real hardware, for example, the FPGA. We applied our method on developing a mixed precision NPU. In our designs, in our NPU designs, the number of MAC, number of the parallel processing unit, the buffer size, as well as some additional resources are configurable, so that it fit to the various application scenarios of NPU. And in this slide, we showed how different resources, the combination affect the final performance. And for this table, we firstly actually fix the NPU configuration, the number of MAC and the number of PBL, and then this example is the example on executing this operation. And firstly, we fix the input and change the weight buffer. Fix the input buffer and change the weight buffer, and we can see the main change is on the NVM read operation. And as the weight increase, the read operations will decrease fastly and finally become constant, and correspondingly the final operations will, the final performance will increase quite a lot. And in this below one, we fix the weight buffer size but change the input, and we can see the input buffer size really affect the number of SRAMs reading operation, but not so significant because the final Mac utilization is almost the same. And so that we would say that for list operations, the importance of the input buffer is not so significant comparing to the wait buffer. And furthermore, we also studied how the number of Mac affect the final affect the final performance. We change the number of Mac and make the other configuration to be constant, and as we can see, the Mac utilization actually is decreased, and it decreased a lot. The total clock cycle is also increased a lot. This also this is because the NVM is the main bottleneck of the overall system, and this is an important metric because it will give us the insight the performance of list configuration, and it can provide the feedback to the hardware, and once the hardware is developed, we can get the new performance metrics in time, and it fastens the whole development of software and the hardware. Thank you for your attention.
And we are very thankful for our sponsors. The premier sponsor this year is Edge and Pulse. And then executive sponsors are ARM, DeepLight, Qualcomm, and Syntiant. Platinum sponsor Analog Devices, BrainChip, Infineon, Clickertech, Latent AI, NXP, Reality AI, Renaissance, Sony Semiconductor, and Synaptics. Really very diverse company, great companies who are really driving tinyML forward. And gold sponsors for the Hub, Micro AI, Prophecy, Seed Studio, SenseML, ST Microelectronics, SynSense, XMOS. And we have a list of civil sponsors: Avion Devices, Aspinity, Seva, EMSA, Greenwave Technologies, Grovity, Hymex, HOTG, Imagimob, Itemis, Lattice, Nota, OmniML, Pixart, Plumerai, Kixo, Rachner, Rixen, SAP, StreamAnalyze, Texel, and Google. So we are very thankful for their support, and more importantly, for them being part of this community and driving it forward.